other hand, I just encourage it.
It's here.
You don't remember?
I don't bring, I know what you're talking about.
Jack, Jack, you remember?
Yes.
Really? Boy, you remember
I
that.
bet he's gonna have that all the time.
Boy, sir, the picture when you get out the elevator, you can turn left. You want a picture?
Oh, yes, yes, I know. what you're
Where's
talking
it
about.
at?
It got changed out, it changes out every year.
What we do it there?
The museum may have.
Oh.
Oh, Crowder's grandson, I could call him and see if he had it.
Oh, see, we can,
Find it.
see, we can get that picture back. Come on. I can't think this is lady. Let's go.
No, man, whatever you want. You can wait a minute.
How you doing,
What's
sir?
wrong, guy?
You doing well?
I know it's you. How's it going?
I'm doing good.
Staying busy, I'm sure.
Sure trying.
Sure.
No, I mean, you know, they work close. They're out on Thursday. I don't know. Oh, he got the guy that down there?
No, no.
It's not business. Peter, sir. It's Peter. Hey, you got 5 minutes. Yes. I mean, nothing wrong. I'm glad you prefaced that. Nothing wrong. Well, I found people more here. Me, if you tell them, ain't nothing wrong. All right, it is 10 o'clock. We will call to order the, whatever day it is today, September 23rd meeting of the administrative meeting of the Houston County Commission. Glad you all could be here. Some of you haven't been here in a while. We're glad to see you come back and join us, all you department head folks. Got a couple of items, don't have a very long agenda today, but got a couple of items. Announced, by the way, Commissioner Shue had to be out of town today, but he'll be back on Monday. Couple of announcements I wanted to mention. First of all, downtown this weekend, the DDRA and Dothan Downtown and everybody associated with downtown is presenting the Southern Fall on Foster on Saturday. Encourage anyone that is looking for something fun, activity with the family, or just for you. From 11 to 4 on Foster Street, there's going to be food trucks, Corn Dog Man and Say It hot dogs and all kind of other food trucks down there, and other activities, face painting and all those kind of things. They're going to have a tailgate-ish atmosphere. I know it's football weekend, football Saturday, but they're going to have kind of a tailgate-ish atmosphere with TVs and all that up at axe throwing, up at the axe throwing place up by WTVY. So something for everybody, kettle corn, all kind of stuff. So if you're looking for something to do, the weather is supposed to be gorgeous as it is today. So that's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in beautiful downtown Dothan on Foster Street. We encourage everyone to get out and be part of that. The other thing I want to mention, I think all of you should be aware of nonprofit radio station we have in our community called Joy FM, who does an excellent job of spreading the word in our community. And Lord knows the way our world is right now, we need them to continue to do that. They have 2 times a year, they have a fundraiser for their operating budget. That's the way they operate. They're a nonprofit, and they're in the midst of doing that. It's the fundraiser is called something, I can't remember it now, but if you there are several opportunities, either big donation if you have a business or something, you can invest, and it'll include radio spots and t-shirts and those kind of things. Or if you just feel compelled to help them, like I did, just to make a contribution to them and help them with their mission in our community. They, like I say, I think everybody is aware of Joy FM and their mission. And if you feel compelled to do that, Nancy Brooks, I have her number if anyone here wants to be involved in that or wants to, I can give you this or forward you this email if you have other businesses you'd like to forward it to. Or if you're watching, if you'll just contact Joy FM, they will be glad to let you know how you can help them with their, I think they have an event, one in the spring and one in the fall to help raise money for them. Like I say, they're a nonprofit and serve our community in a great manner. So just wanted to mention that. Any other announcements from the commission? All right. On Monday, then, for your consideration, under awards and presentations, we would have 2 items. One would be a recognition of Miss Stephanie Chandler, who is our Assistant Chief Administrative Officer. I feel like Mr. Covert will handle that recognition. And the other would be a recognitions that should probably have an S on it. Mr. Judah has a couple of folks that he wants to recognize again. He's not going to do this every meeting. I know we did last meeting also, but this one is time sensitive, so we want to recognize someone before they are no longer here to be recognized. So they're not dying or anything, they're just leaving. But so wanted to put those 2 items on the agenda if there's no objection. Okay. On the regular agenda, we have a request to enter into an agreement with North Star Engineering Services for design and survey of storage facility. We have Mr. Philip Santoro with North Star, who we've been working with and talking to regarding this facility. If you all remember, this was part of the grant that we submitted along with Emily's down 4th floor, or from where we are up on 4th floor. The CDBG grant we submitted for to build a facility to store COVID related supplies, some equipment in. We have determined the site to be out by Road and Bridge behind the volunteer fire building. Relatively level site. Did you get a chance to go out? Yeah. So yes. We've looked at the site, and is Sean over there?
Yes.
Yeah, Sean, at some point we'll probably need to look at it since it'll be a county facility if he has not looked at the site, but more importantly at the building. We were approved for the grant. We are ready to move forward with it. Law requires that they don't let me just go out there and draw some plans in the dirt and tell us to go to work. Probably a good law. We required, in some cases, we're required to have an architect. In this case, we are fine with contracting with an engineer. Mr. Santoro has done these type of facilities many times in his young career, and we would like to put this before you to consider for the facility. Chris has been working, EMA Director Judah has been working with Philip and I and Peter on these plans. As you know, all the supplies we are putting in this building are currently in the big building at the farm center. We want to get them out of that along with the some equipment, including our medical clinic vehicle that we hope will be here by the next couple of weeks, so that we can start using that to provide COVID vaccinations and other things also. But anyway, that's a lot of talk to say this contract would cover everything that you read in there, the design and everything involved to be able to put it to bid, so that we could then build the building and move into it. Questions for me that I could defer? Peter, who would know, or Mr. Santora, or Philip, would you like to come and make any comments at all? We'll defer to him first.
I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity. We enjoy the opportunity and appreciate the opportunity to work with the county, and appreciate what you gentlemen do.
Thank you very much. Questions, comments from anyone? Any questions or comments? That's it. I will say we have an cost estimate on the building, and as you know, our primary purpose of the grant was to purchase the vehicle. The remainder of the funds we're putting toward this facility. We don't know that we will have enough of that grant funding to pay for all of this facility and the engineering cost, but our other money, I don't know if y'all saw what I sent you, but there was a number down at the bottom that was to pay for overruns. And it's not really overruns, but it's the difference between the money left in the CDBG grant and what the building costs that we can pay out of that, because it's all COVID related. So I didn't want you to get alarmed when it comes in more than the money. Any other question? Well, that was a question. Any questions? Okay, any objection to putting that on the agenda? No objection. Okay. That's Bill.
Thank you, Jim.
Item number 2 is request to approve pass-through grant for Alabama Department of Public Health Strategic National Stockpile Program. That's I think a normal and customary grant annually. Thought Chris was going to be here, but he'll be here Monday. He will definitely be here Monday since he's on here twice and can answer any questions you may have about it. You might have any questions today that we probably can't answer. Okay, any objections to adding that to the agenda? No objection. All right, item number 3 is request to appoint Peter Covert to the IAC Operations Council. Now, we got an email from the IAC. Y'all know what that is. That's our organization that is formed by our association to oversee all this money that the federal government has passed down, that we have contracted with to make sure we do everything right to, there's Chris, to basically handle the administration on the $20 million in federal funds that we have been provided. They are forming an operations council to oversee that group, more or less. They want each county that's part of that program to appoint someone to be on that advisory council, or operations council, they're calling it, not advisory. As Peter has more or less been involved in a advisory capacity with them along the way already, we just thought, frankly, I just thought that he would be the one that would makes the most sense to serve on that council. If any of you object and want to do it yourself, I do not want to do it. I think Peter is the right one, and advised him he was going to be nominated. Didn't give him a chance to say that. So, anybody have any objections to that being the nomination and putting this on the agenda? No objection. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know what he said, but okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman, to thank Peter. he's been involved in this IAC, this ACCA, working toward the IAC investment in Alabama County. Peter's been in there in day one, so I certainly believe that he'll be a good asset for that operation council as we move forward. So, thank you, Peter.
He will, and I think the folks actually doing the operating of the IAC will appreciate his involvement too. All right, item number 4 is a request to sell 1 Canon copier and 3 toner cartridges. Really? On GovDeals, I didn't even read that. From the Revenue Department. Questions or objections to adding that to the agenda?
Okay.
All right. Anything else from the commission to be discussed or considered for the agenda? All right, we had one privileges of the floor, but it was withdrawn right before the meeting. I'm sure it will be reinstigated in 2 weeks, but having none, we will stand in adjournment until Monday. Thank y'all for being here.
It's probably on that. Thank you. See you Monday.
I'm just asking.
Went from
Yeah.
like
Guess I'll just stay away.
And a lot of it due to the second hand, we're up on 1,200.
I'll see you out there. I know.
We brought that up. And he said, we're making money, we can't make money. So that's-
Yeah.
But we want to pick up 10%.
Don't forget by the time I get back.